The movie opens with Laura Blacklock, a popular journalist known for writing real-life stories. Every article she writes becomes a big hit and helps her magazine grow. While people were congratulating her on her latest viral story, Laura received an invitation from a rich family for a 3-day yacht trip. She was very happy and accepted right away. Her boss, impressed with her success, also gave her leave. When Laura reached the yacht, she was welcomed by several important guests. There she saw Ben, someone from her past she didn't want to meet again. She hoped he wouldn't spoil her fun trip. Ben understood what she was thinking and said, "You're right, let's forget what happened. We don't need to start anything again." Laura's room was cabin 8 and right next to it was cabin 10. Someone inside cabin 10 was smoking, and when the yacht started moving, cigarette butts flew into Laura's room. She picked them up and threw them in the trash. Later, everyone gathered at the deck to introduce themselves. Laura finds out that Ben came as a famous magazine photographer. When it was time for dinner, everyone was told to be on time. Laura went to her room, got dressed, and then joined the others for dinner. The dinner was hosted by a rich man named Richard, but all the money actually belonged to his sick wife Anne. During dinner, Anne called Laura to her room. She told Laura, "I'm your big fan, I've read all your articles, I even wrote something myself today. Can you read it and tell me how it is?" Laura read the paper and was shocked. It said that Anne had decided to give away all her money and property to a trust. Laura asked, "Why would you do that?" And replied sadly, "I have cancer and only a few days left to live. Before I die, I want to help others. We came into this world with nothing and will leave with nothing. I'll announce this at the end of the trip." After saying this, Anne locked the paper in her locker and hid the key inside a book. Laura saw it all, and when she went back to her room, she ran into Ben. They talked for a while and felt a little close again, but Laura stopped herself and went back to her cabin. That night, Laura woke up to a loud noise coming from cabin 10. She heard a man yelling at a woman. Curious and scared, she stepped out to look and was shocked to see a man pushing a woman into the sea. Terrified, she ran to tell the crew. Everyone woke up and started searching for the woman, but they couldn't find anyone. Laura kept saying, "I saw her." She fell into the water. But when the crew checked the guest list, they found that everyone was present. No guest or crew member was missing. The crew started thinking Laura was just dreaming or imagining things. But Laura was sure that someone had really fallen from cabin 10. They told her that cabin 10 had never been opened. Laura explained, "Before dinner, someone was following me. I hid in cabin 10, the door was open and a girl was taking a shower there. Someone was smoking inside too, and I even found cigarette butts in my room. When she checked the dustbin, those cigarette butts were gone. That meant someone had removed them on purpose." Everyone thought she was lying and ignored her. But Laura knew something strange was going on. The next morning, she told Richard everything. He called all the crew, checked the guest list, and watched the CCTV footage. But again, nothing was found. Confused, Laura met Anne and told her everything. But Anne acted strangely and said she wasn't feeling well because of her medicine. Laura then went to Ben for help. Ben told her not to interfere, saying the people on the yacht were rich and powerful. He warned her it could harm her career. Still, Laura couldn't stop thinking about it. She asked Ben to show her the event photos. When she looked at them, she saw the same girl from cabin 10. She quickly showed the photo to Richard, but he said he didn't know the girl. Once again, no one believed her. Feeling helpless, Laura gave up trying to make anyone understand. Then Laura went to take a shower. While she was bathing, someone wrote "Stop" on the fogged-up mirror, which scared her badly. She quickly put on a bathrobe and ran outside to catch the person, but couldn't see his face. She called the cabin crew and asked them to check the CCTV cameras, but they told her the cameras weren't working. Now Laura was sure something strange was going on, so she decided to find out the truth herself. She quietly climbed out through her bathroom window and entered cabin 10's bathroom, the same place where she had seen the girl before. When she opened the basin, she found some strands of the girl's hair. Laura wrapped them carefully and took them with her. She showed the hair to Ben and said, "Look, this proves I was right. There was a girl in cabin 10 and she was murdered. I'll find out who she was." She hid the hair safely in her room. Later, a famous influencer called her and warned, "Stop investigating this. These people are rich and powerful, you'll only get yourself into trouble." Laura ignored the warning and went to the crew again. She showed them a photo of the girl from Ben's camera, but they all said they had never seen her. When Laura asked if it was possible to secretly bring someone on board, crew member True said it was very hard because of strict security checks. The next morning, while Laura was standing near the railing enjoying the sea, someone suddenly pushed her from behind. She was lucky that instead of falling into the ocean, she fell into the swimming pool. But the attacker closed the pool gate and trapped her inside. She struggled to get out, but the gates wouldn't open. The pool could be seen clearly from the upper meeting deck. A woman on the meeting deck saw Laura trapped in the pool and quickly opened the gate, saving her life. When Laura woke up, she saw Ben, Richard and Anne's doctor standing near her. Richard said, "Laura, you've been working too much, you're tired and need rest. Stop worrying about nonsense. Since you came here, no one has been able to relax, you're checking cameras, waking people up at night, what's going on?" Laura replied, "I'm telling the truth. I saw a girl in cabin 10. She was killed and now the killer is after me too. He pushed me into the pool and locked it so I would drown." To prove it, Laura went to get the girl's hair that she had found earlier, but it was gone. Someone had stolen it. She began to suspect Ben because only he knew about it. But Ben wasn't guilty if someone else had overheard their conversation. Feeling defeated, Laura quietly returned to her room. Soon after, someone knocked on her door. When she opened it, she saw a hooded girl running away. Laura chased her through the yacht until they reached the engine room. There Laura finally caught the girl and was shocked to see that it was the same woman she saw in cabin 10. When Laura pulled off her hood, her wig fell off, revealing she was Anne. Before Laura could shout or escape, Anne hit her on the head and knocked her out unconscious. When Laura woke up hours later, she tried to escape but the stairs were gone. The girl came back to check on her and Laura said, "I know the truth now. You're not the real Anne. You look like her and you threw the real Anne into the sea to steal her identity and her property." Laura said, "Now I understand everything." The girl started crying and said, "No, you're wrong. I only came here for some money. I didn't know things would get this dangerous." She explained that it was Richard, Anne's husband, who brought her to the yacht. Laura finally understood the whole story and wanted to donate all her property to a charity trust, but Richard didn't want that. Before Anne could announce her decision publicly, Richard found this girl who looked just like his wife. He asked her to act as Anne at the event and read the speech he wrote. "I, Anne, am giving all my property to my husband Richard." Laura tried to stop her but the girl still went to the party dressed as Anne. Meanwhile, Ben was worried about Laura because he hadn't seen her since last night. When he went to check on her, Dr. Mehta came out of her room and said, "Laura is sick, I gave her an injection, you can't see her now." But the truth was Laura wasn't there and Dr. Mehta knew it. He was secretly helping Richard. Later Richard told the doctor, "When you find Laura, inject her with poison." The girl pretending to be Anne overheard their plan while she was hiding in the bathroom. Realizing they were planning to kill Laura, she quietly went to warn her that night. She said, "They want to kill you." Laura replied, "I'll manage, but you're in more danger than me. After you do what they want, they'll kill you too because you know about Anne's murder." The girl started crying and Laura said, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." With the girl's help, Laura escaped. She went to Anne's room, found the key hidden among her books, opened Anne's private drawer, took her real wallpaper and hid it safely. Before Laura could escape, Dr. Mehta and Richard came after her to kill her. Dr. Mehta, holding a syringe filled with poison, chased Laura through the ship's corridors. Just then Ben appeared from the other side and grabbed Dr. Mehta to save Laura. In the struggle, the syringe accidentally injected Ben and he died instantly. Seeing no other option, Laura jumped into the freezing sea to save her life. Richard panicked and unsure how to find her, but Dr. Mehta said calmly, "There's no need to worry. No one can survive in this icy water, she's already dead." Relieved, Richard stopped searching. However, Laura was still alive. Fighting against the cold, she kept swimming until she finally reached the shore. Exhausted, she found a small house nearby and took shelter there for the night. Meanwhile, Richard arrived at the event where he was supposed to announce his will. The girl, pretending to be and acting weak and ill, took the stage with Richard's help. She began her speech saying what Richard had instructed her to say, "I am willingly leaving all my property to my husband Richard." Before she could finish, Richard interrupted her and told the guests, "I love Anne very much. I've done everything I can to help her recover and I still have hope." Suddenly the crowd gasped. Laura, whom everyone believed to be dead, entered the hall. She said firmly, "I need the microphone, I have something to say." Richard refused, but the girl, pretending to be Anne, said let her speak. Laura took the microphone and pulled out the original will written by Anne. She read it aloud in front of everyone. In it, Anne had left all her property to a trust, not to Richard. Laura looks straight at the woman pretending to be Anne and asks, "Did you write this letter yourself?" The woman hesitates for a moment and then admits, "Yes, I did." Hearing this, Richard loses his temper and shouts, "How could she have written this letter when she's not Anne at all?" With that one outburst, Richard's lie is exposed. Everyone realizes the truth. Richard had killed his real wife for her property and paid this looks like to take her place. Knowing that he's been caught and no one will let him escape, Richard grabs a knife, holds it against the fake Anne's throat, and drags her out of the house as a hostage. One of the women at the venue rushes to call the police, but they might take some time to arrive. Meanwhile, Richard flees with the girl. Anne's personal assistant, who is also trained in security, fires a shot at Richard but misses. Richard keeps running until Laura suddenly appears. She charges toward him and hits him hard with an iron rod, knocking him unconscious. The girl disguised as Anne survives, and moments later the police arrive and arrest Richard. Laura's mission is finally complete. She had proven that there was a woman in cabin 10, that a murder had been committed on the yacht, and that the real victim was Anne. She had also helped the police capture the murderer. With everything settled, Laura's investigation and her vacation finally came to an end. Returning to her office, Laura wrote an article detailing everything that happened. The story went viral once again. In her article, she described each person involved and expressed her deepest sorrow for Ben, who lost his life innocently in this entire tragedy. Laura knew she would never forget Ben or that haunting night on the yacht.